golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing right up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't mean a tree. And the old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way.
Yay! Oh, thank you. That was wonderful. So we obviously had a different and wonderful intro to our Mendel Center Connections episode this week. We are here today with Chris Zook, who heads up the Visual and Performing Arts Department at Lake Michigan College, overseeing all of the visual arts, all of the performing arts. He's been at LMC for a few years now, and really happy to have him as one of my coworkers. We work in the same building at the Mendel Center. We see each other all the time and work together on quite a few events, both student events and some of the professional events that come through. You may have seen his students performing with ABBA Mania a few months ago, and other events throughout the year. So really happy to be here with Chris today and to have some live music. That's amazing. Thank you. I love Oklahoma, and it's a great message for us to keep in mind right now, that it is still a beautiful day even if we're stuck at home.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. Thank you for asking me. It's such crazy times that we're in right now, and I think the arts are still keeping us all sane.
Absolutely, yeah. Whether we are doing the art or enjoying someone else doing it, I think we'd be hard pressed to find anyone who isn't doing or experiencing or enjoying something artistic in this moment, which is really cool. So in your primary role, I mean, in a student, you're in a student-focused role here at the college. How has it been going doing half of the semester online? I imagine you're continuing to teach classes and lessons remotely?
Yes, I mean it's been interesting to say the least. We've converted all of our classes to online, and we do, in our department, we do music and dance and drama and visual art. So it's one of those disciplines. There are others that are just some things easily convert and other things don't. But of course, we're in the same boat as so many educators all throughout the country and even throughout the world. So we've had to cancel a lot of performances, but we're still holding on to hope that we'll be able to reschedule some of them and recoup from some of them. And I have to give huge credit to my amazing faculty and staff for their versatility and their innovation and their creativity for being able to, in short order, convert what is face-to-face arts lessons into online experiences that are still viable and meaningful and artistically challenging our students. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, I think the faculty had, what was it, about a week, 1 week off to reimagine all of their lesson plans and get their tech in order, and
Yeah,
also help
yeah,
students get their tech in order as well, I imagine, because not all of them have reliable access to internet at home, or if you're taking piano lessons and you don't have a keyboard at home, that's got to be tough. So there are a lot of challenges, I imagine, that they're facing right now.
yeah. All things that we've been dealing with that have been very real, and then it extends even beyond that to, like, auditions for our students for next year, and scholarship opportunities for the next year, and our summer camp programs, and a lot of those things are up in the air, and as well, projects that we had going, like the recording studio at the Mendel Center for our students is on hold, and we just had this wonderful reopening for this beautiful new Hanson Theater, and we were looking forward to this spring to giving it a real shakedown, and all of those things kind of got put on hold, but we'll be back, and we'll make the magic happen again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we're working with you right now to reschedule Pajama Game and some of those larger events, commencement obviously as well, for the fall. Is there going to be, will there be any virtual recitals or anything at the end of the year that people can tune into?
Absolutely. Not so sure yet about people being able to tune into them, because, of course, like you said, our primary focus is the education of our students, and doing all of the educational objectives and the classwork and all of that sort of thing that we need to do. And we're sort of limited in some ways by technology. I think a lot of musicians have discovered that we thought that the technology was further along than it was, until you actually go to try to have a band or a choir rehearsal, or a dance class where you need to be able to see and hear everything that goes on instead of just one at a time, and it's made some interesting moments happen. I know my online lessons have sort of have changed. Let's just use that word. The way that I've approached those experiences. But we are doing the music students are doing a virtual recital. We're trying with the jazz band to explore the whole virtual ensemble type of thing, and of course those types of things look great and sound great when you see the little 2-3 minute clip on the internet, but they just take hours of editing and post production to make them sound good.
It's a lot of editing trickery, not trickery, but expertise and work, that goes into that. It's it's akin to recording in a studio, recording individual tracks and then having to edit all of those together. In this case, also getting the video together, and that is insane. Yeah. In the last couple weekends, I've been experimenting with the acapella app to try to, because I'm stuck at home, I have all of these instruments, so I'm just having fun throwing together songs just on my own with all the various, dozen instruments I have. And it is difficult. I mean, I'm trying to put together a 30-second clip, and it's taking me 3 to 4 hours to do that. I don't know if people realize how difficult that is. They make it look really easy with those virtual ensembles, but
it's an art. It's an art for sure, and that's why we've been trying to in the past year or so really increase and ramp up our music technology side of the equation. But then it goes back to what you said a little bit earlier, where even if we have the capabilities, it doesn't mean that the students have reliable internet or the type of software that they might need in order to really make a quality thing. But we're trying, and our theater classes are doing their end of the year presentations as a virtual sort of thing, and the stagecraft classes are doing e-portfolios, and we're doing sort of like differentiated instruction projects with a lot of the performing ensembles. Luckily, we were able to do a lot more. We've been doing a lot more performing in the last year or so. So they already had that aspect of the course where they got to perform in public throughout the semester before we were, social distancing and staying at home and all of that sort of thing. So we were focusing on some of the other objectives of the course as we kind of roll into the end of the semester.
Well, that's good. I'm happy to hear that yeah, you're finding ways to make it work and have the semester balance out, even in the current situation. That's cool.
Yeah.
I actually saw a news article recently. You mentioned the theater program doing some online work. I saw that someone, a musical theater composer or writer, actually created a musical intended for high schools to be able to do entirely virtually, like via Zoom or something like that. Like that was how it was conceived. And it's such a neat idea that some people are taking this time and actually using the downtime and the isolation to really fire up their creative side. And be really innovative in this time, and also help if high school can't be back in person next year. Here's a piece that they can actually perform as it's intended online. So that's really cool. I'm curious if we're going to see more of that coming out in the next few months.
I think so. I mean, I know I myself as a composer am taking this time to try to finish up the musical that I've been writing.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know you were doing that. That's
really cool.
Yeah.
So, and what's the one, I don't even know if it's true, but on social media, the meme about how calculus was invented during the plague while they were all in quarantine, So, I think we are going to see a lot of innovative creativity. It's just going to be in a different capacity than what we had done in the past, and I think that will be a good thing, because when and if we ever get back to whatever normal will be, it can stimulate a lot of new experiences that we didn't think of before.
Absolutely. So it sounds like thinking about ways to engage people right now with the visual and performing arts department. So it sounds like some of these performances may or may not be public. Is there somewhere that they can go to find out what you're doing and what they might be able to look at?
Of course, the LMC website arts page, right? lakemichigancollege.edu/arts is sort of like our home base page that they can get to. The big thing right now that we're trying to get out into the public, though, is we're looking at the summer, because we're sort of in final exams next week for classes, and sort of wrapping things up with a plan for doing things in the fall. But we're planning on doing summer programming at a delayed time, so that we can, kind of wait for the curve to be flat, and for safety protocols and things like that to be in place. And so there will be information on that, lakemichigancollege.edu/arts very shortly, as well as registration forms about our several different camp programs. We're doing a musical theater intensive. We plan to do a visual and performing arts camp that's just sort of like a choose your own adventure style thing, art for art's sake. So whatever your interests are, you can pursue those a little bit with our wonderful faculty and staff. We're doing a make your own ukulele camp in conjunction with the Fab Lab, and as well a make your own instrument that is going to be sort of like if you've ever seen the Blue Man Group or those types of things, where you repurpose you know,
whatever you can find.
whatever you can find, and learn how to make it into an instrument. So that should be kind of fun. We're also, you know, the partnership with CMW is continuing this year, and I know Adrian was on with you a couple weeks ago, and you know, they're fabulous to work with. So we're looking forward to all of those types of things. The biggest thing that folks can do to help support us, though, is to help get the word out. If you know students that are going to be attending LMC in the fall, or maybe had originally had plans to go somewhere else, but now the situation is different and they're going to be at LMC, we're not able to get out and do a lot of our recruiting that we're normally able to do in the spring. So, you know, just recommending to them that, hey, LMC has a viable visual and performing arts program, and we are looking for great people to be both majors and non-majors and ensemble members, and all of that sort of thing. And we have scholarship money that's available. So, you know, they would just need to contact me. That's kzook at lakemichigancollege.edu in order to get the ball rolling on those types of things. So that's really the three main things I would say. You know, our scholarships, our summer camps, and recruiting for next fall.
Sounds good. Yeah, and at the moment, I think the plan for LMC is to be back on campus in the fall, right? Continuing virtual through the summer, and then yeah, back in the classroom in the fall. And yeah, so that's great. Those are three good ways that people can get in touch with you and stay in the loop on what's going on at LMC Visual Performing Arts. So cool. Well, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today, and for the music. That was great. That was a wonderful addition. I'm glad we were able to do that.
Yeah, and I, you know, I would be remiss, since it's May the 4th, if I didn't also have a little fun with Star Wars here.
That is wonderful. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Well, may the 4th be with you as well. Enjoy your day. Hope you stay happy and healthy there at home, and look forward to seeing you in person again soon.
Thanks, Grace. So great that the Mendel Center is doing this for our community.
Thank you. You know, happy to do that, and hopefully introduce people to some new organizations or programs that maybe they didn't even know about before, and they can get in the loop now, so that once we're back in person, we have even more things to do than we thought. So.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks, and see you later.
All right. Take care.